What's going on, you guys? What's going on with boxing? Hit that like button for your boy. As you step into the dojo, please take off your shoes before you step onto the mat. We got some shit to talk about. Boxing. Things are starting to develop in the sport of boxing. Fights are starting to manifest. Positions and rankings are being changed. And we're going to talk about it. Gary Russell Jr. got a fight coming up this weekend. Devin Haney and George Kambosos are going back and forth. Devin Haney smells a duck coming. We're going to talk about it. We also going to talk about where's the support for Terence Crawford. Only guy I've seen that came out and publicly, openly supporting Terence Crawford is Dennis Ugas. But we're going to talk about it. Wait till some more people get in the building. What's going on, Jose Diaz? Cerebral, what's going on? So, Keith Thurman also is going to have a Q&A tomorrow. He's going to have like some Q&A tomorrow. I'm going to show you guys. A few things I forgot to do before I got started here. Just getting kind of set up. Okay. This is what Keith Thurman is trying to do. Wait, that background's still there. Yeah, this is what Keith Thurman is trying to do. You got any questions for your boy? Fire away, and I'll answer all this Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Reddit. I'm not sure why he's going on Reddit for his fans to ask questions. You would think that he'll open up his Instagram or something like that to get the fans, right? Like what are you doing? Like, do boxing fans go on Reddit? Right? I mean, I understand people go on Reddit for certain things, but do boxing fans be on Reddit like that? I'm not sure. But I guess this is where Keith Thurman is going to be hanging out. I seen Teofimo Lopez hanging out on Reddit. You know, I guess that's the spot. I don't know. But Gary Russell Jr. got a fight coming up this weekend against this guy, Mark Magsayo, a Filipino fighter. And based off the little bit that I've seen on him, he seems to be a relentless type of guy. Just go keep coming at you. He's pretty quick. He's pretty powerful. He may have a significant size advantage over Gary Russell Jr. once they step into that ring this Saturday. We go see. Gary Russell said he pretty much trained himself for this fight. Going to this fight with this guy, he pretty much trained himself. So I'm not sure. Some people are saying that this is Gary's. This dude's gonna beat Gary. We gotta wait and see. I'm not sure about that, but I do think that this guy could possibly give Gary trouble, just considering how, just seeing how big he is, how much bigger he is than Gary Russell. Let me move this out the way. Yeah, I kind of figured out how to do this screen sharing stuff. Mr. Gary Russell. Gary Russell always in the gym. He's always working. Wait a minute. Let me see. Yeah, so Gary Russell fighting this Saturday. we don't see much of Gary, man. You know, we really just don't see much of Gary. And what we do see him is against opponents like this. Guys that you never really heard of, guys you never really seen. You know, Gary Russell Jr. is just kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place in the sport of boxing. But your boy Bushido supports Gary Russell Jr. You know, fighters like Gary Russell Jr. You know, who can't get no work out here. You know, he's fighting these tough fights against these guys that, you know, boxing fans not familiar with, and then he goes out there and he has trouble with this guy, or, you know, even lose some rounds. They could be like, oh well, Gary Russell's he's done and all this other shit. So it's really unfortunate for Gary because he has to take this fight, you know, to keep his belt, to keep any type of leverage in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what Mark Magsayo, let's see what he's looking like. Let's see what he's looking like. If he even has... Oh yeah, he got a verified check mark and everything. Okay. Go ahead, follow this dude. All right, let's see. Let's see if he got something of him putting in some work. That's the banner for the fight. He's a Pacquiao guy. Got some size to him. This could be an interesting fight this weekend, you guys, honestly. And and I only feel this that way because Gary Russell Jr. just ain't really been as active as he needs to be. Gary's going to obviously be the more skilled fighter going into this fight with this guy, but he has nothing to lose. He's a younger guy. And this is his big break, man. So we go see how this thing plays out with Gary Russell Jr. and Mark Magsayo, right? We got to talk some other boxing besides the main topics before we get to the main topics. Also, Amir Khan came out and said some pretty funny shit. As we know, he's over there training with Terence Crawford and Bomac. He's over there at B&B Boxing. Got a fight with Kell Brook coming up, a long-awaited fight. Fight that should have happened almost 15 years ago, but it's finally happening, right? Guess better late than never. But I got something Amir Khan said earlier in regards to training with Bomac and Terence Crawford. Let's see if you guys can hear this.
I've done my shadow boxing. I've done my boxing. I finished off doing finished my whole regime with Bomac. Called me over and goes, "Where are you going?" In a serious face, in a serious look. I said, "I'm done." He said, "No, you're not. You're not finished yet. You go there. You got your sit-ups to do. You got your press-ups to do. You got your dips to do, and you got your chin-ups to do." All that literally told me straight how it was, which I was like, "Wow," you know. I mean, he was the same age as me. Normally, you get someone older telling you off, and I was like, he was telling me like, "You better go and do it now." So I went and did it. Obviously, with the respect, went and did it, and then as I finished, he goes, "Hey, you got one more. You got one more set left." I go, "Nah, bro, I'm done. I'm finished." But he's always good because he's always watching me and making sure he wants the best out of me. Because if I win, it's a win for the team. It's a team now, isn't it?
So basically, for those of you who couldn't really understand his strong accent, he basically said that Bud told him to go do the rest of his work. And he never had somebody his age tell him what to do like that. And he went and did it. You know, he said he got chin-ups to do, dips to do, pull-ups to do. You know, he had a whole bunch of more work to do after he just put in a lot of work with Bomac. So that's what basically Amir Khan said at Crawford. It's pretty strict as a coach, as a motivator in the gym, you know. And Amir Khan did the work and got it done. So, yeah, that's just a little something to throw in here real quick before we continue on, right? Devin Haney and George Kambosos has been kind of going at it. on social media, right? Is that fight even happening still? Like, is that fight gonna happen? Is that fight even gonna happen? Right? They're going back and forth. As you see on the screen, they're going back and forth. Um, like there's problems, right? Like there's problems making this fight. Bob Arum seemed to believe that Lomachenko still has a chance to get this fight. Bob feels that Lomachenko still has a chance to get this fight with George Kambosos. So we still got to wait and see. It's still looking like it could be Devin Haney, right? He can get this fight with George Kambo, but you never know in boxing. You know, George Kambosos is in control, and they got to kind of do what he wants to do. Salute to Baby Juju in the building. What's going on? AJ Johnson, I see you, bro. J Rod, what's going on? Tooks 86, what's good? Yeah. Yeah. So where we at? Oh, yeah, Devin Haney, George Kambosos. I'm not sure if you guys are caught up yet. I know sometimes these streams be delayed. Okay, you caught up. Yeah, I believe it when I see in the ring. Yeah, that's right, man. I mean, you know, Devin Haney seemed like he has a real hard time getting these fights with these guys, but we always see Devin Haney in these Twitter battles too. He says here for the guys who's not watching the screen, he says, "Yo, George Kambosos, we making this fight happen or what? I'm agreeing to all your terms, whether it's vaccine or the travel. It's starting to look like some ducking going on." Eddie Hearn. He says, "I love how you manipulate and lie to your fans. Talk a big game, but show no action. A bit like your fights." "I'm patiently waiting on all my belts for the offer from your boss, Mr. Hearn, because I got a stadium ready in Australia, but I can see the excuses already." And then Devin responds by saying, "So you want our side to put the money up in your backyard? Okay, no problem. See you soon. Keep those belts safe because they'll be leaving Australia soon." Yeah, so that's Devin Haney and George Kambosos is going back and forth on Twitter, right? So George Kambosos found himself in these Twitter battles, you know, with Devin, with Devin Haney. You know, Devin Haney's a young guy, so this is what the young guys do. They go back and forth on social media. But this also gives the fans something to talk about, and it gives us an idea as to what's going on. Right now, it seemed like they kind of close to making some shit happen, right? Devin agreed to all the terms. George Kambosos got the venue, the event. So, you know, they still probably working out some small details. We're going to see if we can get this thing going. It's a fight that's really just happened at this point. Lomachenko, as good as he is, well, he don't really got nothing to bring to the table for George Kambosos. A win over Devin Haney for George Kambosos. He'll beat a young undefeated fighter, a boogeyman, and he need that last belt anyway to be truly considered undisputed. Now, whether they say he's undisputed now by default or not, boxing fans still see him as disputed because he still has to see Devin Haney. So, with all this talking back and forth between him and Devin Haney, they might as well just go ahead and fucking fight. Yeah, that's all. Bob just belt chasing AJ. He don't got, you know, they don't got nothing for him. You know what I'm saying? They don't got nothing for him. And I like Loma. Loma's one of my guys. But realistically, Devin probably should get this shot over George Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? I think George Kambosos will gain a lot of respect from fans, no matter who he fights, though, right? As long as it's either Loma or Devin, but I think he get even more respect if he fights Devin Haney, because Devin Haney is a guy that's been pretty avoided. He's been pretty avoided, so hit that like button for your boy. Random morning live stream. Figure we talk about some boxing this morning. I seen something, right? Real quick. Get off this subject real quick. I seen something Well, basically, I've been seeing what boxing fans been saying about this Terence Crawford situation, right? And I'm sitting here, I'm sitting back, kind of waiting for where's the support for Terence Crawford in all this, right? I'm sitting back waiting for where's the support from all these pro-black dudes and all these guys, right? That hate Bob Arum. Where's the support for Terence Crawford? You don't see it nowhere. And it's not even just the fans either. I'm seeing it, not seeing it from no fighters. Only guy I've seen that publicly, openly said they support Terence Crawford and whatever he's going through right now is Dennis Ugas, a guy that's on the PBC side of things and a Cuban guy. You know what I'm saying? None of the brothers or nobody up saying, yeah, we stand with Crawford. None of that shit. But right here on the screen is Jaron Boots Ennis has now been promoted to number 2 in the WBO. Now, at first glance, you'd be like, oh, shit, we can see an eliminator fight between Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis. The winner gets to fight Crawford. Nah, that's not how that's going to work because Virgil Ortiz is already fighting McKinnison. He's already fighting McKinnison. So, and with Crawford having to already dealt with Sean Porter, a mandatory, he has a while before he has to really deal with a mandatory. But he can always hop in there and take out one of these dudes now. He could put the pressure on one of these young dudes now and see if they really want to smoke. See if they're just talking. Because let's be honest, we don't know what's going to happen with this Spence Ugas thing. We just don't know what's going to happen. It hasn't even been officially announced yet. It hasn't even been officially announced yet. So, but Jaron Boots Ennis is number 2 in the WBO. He's ranked in like top 3 in every sanctioned body. So really, Jaron Boots Ennis, all he has to do is kind of just wait his turn. Michael McKinnison is going to be fighting Virgil Ortiz. He's the number 3 guy. But I honestly don't see WBO giving it boosts the mandatory position over Virgil Ortiz. I really just don't. I don't see it. Then you got Sandro Martin at number 4. David Alvarez, Cody Crowley, Connor Ben, Louis Crocker, and Montez Stanionis, and Kaita Obara. So these are the guys that Crawford would have to deal with if he was stuck on a Gary Russell type of route, right? Dealing with mandatories and shit. These are the guys that he'll have to deal with. Of course, that's always subject to change. Guys get knocked off. But Boots Ennis, he's coming. You know what I'm saying? He's coming. He's pretty big too. Look how big he is, man. He don't look like a welterweight at all. He really don't look like a welterweight. He look like a middleweight. Or a junior middleweight at the least. He definitely don't look like a welterweight. Oh shit. This is blocking the screen. My bad, you guys. Hold up. Yeah. Boots is pretty big though. You know what I'm saying? He looked like a middleweight / junior middleweight. He don't necessarily look like a welterweight at all. But he got next. You know what I'm saying? He's there. All he got to do is really wait. He don't really even got to make no sudden moves or anything. His time is definitely going to come. Whether Terence Crawford and Errol Spence are still in the division or even Ugas are still in the division or not, his time is coming. His time is coming. He may reign for a while. But I say if Terence Crawford got nobody to fight, if this Keith Thurman thing don't fall through, if Errol Spence and Ugas don't fall through, then who you gonna fight? You might as well fight Boots. Yeah, that's right. We don't run from smoke over here. If Boots really wants that smoke with Bud, I don't advise it. I wouldn't advise it. I wouldn't advise Jaron Ennis to deal with Terence Crawford right now. I wouldn't advise that shit at all. For what? For what? Right? Of course, if he had to go through Crawford to get the belt, yeah, sure. But I don't know if I'll put my I don't know if I was Bozy Ennis, and I'm not Bozy Ennis, I'm not sure if I would put my son in there with Crawford right now. I'm just not sure if I would do that. Especially when he's in such a good position right now. You don't really want to fuck it up dealing with Crawford. Who, let's be honest, he's not Errol Spence. He's not Errol Spence by any means. Way tougher fight. A meaner dude, too. But Jaron Boots Ennis is here, y'all. He is here. But we still have yet to see Boots. There's still some questions about Boots. And there are always going to be questions like that until we see him in there with somebody where we believe that opponent could give him a real challenge. We have yet to really see that. But he has all the makings and the qualities of a world champion. He has a good team, comes from a fighting family. He has all the talent, the speed, the power. He has almost everything going for him. He just got to wait. He got to wait his turn, basically, unless Terence Crawford decides to oblige. And I think he would if Boots Ennis put the pressure on him. If Boots Ennis pressured Terence Crawford, even halfway like he did Spence, I think Crawford would take that fight. He said, who said it recently? Was it? I seen an interview. I think it was Carcino was talking about it. When he was talking about Crawford, he ain't gonna he don't want you beating him at nothing. He said it was a story he was telling. I forgot exactly what he was talking about, but he said Crawford, he's the type of dude that he ain't gonna he don't want you beating him at nothing. Ultra competitive. So if Boots Ennis challenged him, I expect Crawford to accept that call. He probably gonna warn him. You sure you want this? You sure you want this? Boots is big as a motherfucker, though. Look at him. Look at him. He is not some skinny dude, right? He is not some skinny dude. He gonna be a problem, though, for anybody. He's not some skinny guy. I don't want to play none of those because yes, Showtime be on some lame shit. Yeah, man, he ain't just some skinny twig ass welterweight dude. The dudes that he's been fighting, he's hurting these guys, man. Yeah, man. Tough. Just looking at him, right? Switch stances, strong looking legs, big shoulders, big strong looking back. This dude gonna be a problem for these welterweights, man. It's almost incredible that he can even make that weight. Yep, but Boots Ennis is number 2, y'all, in the WBO. It would have been nice to see an eliminator get ordered for him and Virgil Ortiz. That'd be nice. But Virgil already fighting this McKinnison guy. I mean, we expect him to body that dude. So let me see what everybody's saying. Hit that like button for your boy. You said Boots can beat Canelo? Hey, salute Detroit raised me. We gotta. Jaron Ennis looks like he's probably the most overall skilled guy in boxing, right? But we still gotta see it, man. We have to see him get hit in the mouth, bro. We gotta see that first. We gotta see him deal with a situation to where it's not going his way and he's able to get out of it, right? We gotta see these things. There's a few things we need to see from Boots. Well, me personally. That's a few things I need to see. I need to see him get hit in the mouth, and I need to see him overcome some type of adversity. He said he's 165 at least. Yeah, he's big. No, he's probably bigger than that, bro. Oh, you talking about as far as weight class? But I'm talking about walking around. Dude got to be close to what, about $175, 180. And the thing is, Crawford and those guys may walk around, but they in their 30s. This dude's still pretty young. You know what I'm saying? So Jaron Ennis definitely ain't maxed out at welterweight. I see him being a middleweight. Or even, well, the super middleweights usually be like 6 foot and up. But he's pretty much 6 foot. Shit. J-Rod says, I'd rather see Boots versus Stanionis, Cobbs, or Ortiz or Ben first before a Blood fight or Spence fight. Yeah, I agree, bro. You know, those fights all make sense, you know, but we know boxing. There's a high probability we won't see none of those until one of these guys get a belt. You know Eddie Hearn ain't putting Conor Ben in there anywhere near Jaron Boots Ennis. That's not happening. They building Conor Ben over there. And Eddie Hearn don't really have a play in the welterweight division, but he do got one with Conor Ben, and he ain't about to mess up Conor Ben right now. They want to move him. So Ortiz, same thing. You know, Oscar De La Hoya ain't stupid. He ain't gonna put him in there with Jaron Ennis right now. That'll mess everything up. Blair the Flair Cobbs is the only realistic guy, but he's not even really ranked. Will Boots take that type of fight considering what position he's in? You know, he don't want to go into a fight with Blair the Flair Cobbs, and Blair the Flair probably can't beat him, but he could probably make him look bad, make him look a little more average, make him look a little bit more human. And with the momentum Boots got right now, you don't really want to fuck that momentum up going into a fight with Blair the Flair, even though I personally would like to see that. You know what I'm saying? Since Blair the Flair is one of the few guys that pulled up the Boots looking for some smoke. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Damone Dames. I see you in the building, bro. He's number 1 in the IBF. Yeah, I know, Dragon Leg. And guess what? IBF ain't gonna mandate him Spence to fight this dude or nothing. You said Bud go stop Lil Boots. I think Boots should stay away from Crawford for right now. Crawford is somebody I wouldn't really want to. Me personally, like if I was a coach and shit, I'm like, man, Terence Crawford right now that's a bad idea. Unless we had to deal with him, leave him alone. He's like a pissed off hornet right now. Salute to WJ Luckett. What's going on? He said he needs more experience. Boots got quite a bit of experience. He just don't have. Well, a lot of people say the guys that he fought at welterweight, the more notable guys, ain't really been real 147 guys. So Boots still got some questions that needs to be answered. But I think, me personally, I think he'll be able to answer those questions. As long as it ain't dealing with Terence Crawford right now. Right now. You see, I use the keyword right now. Because I think Crawford's at his peak right now, mentally and physically. So yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea for Boots to hop in there with Bud right now. Not the other way around, like people trying to make it seem, right? Like Crawford is running from Boots. No. I think it's a bad idea for them to put Boots in there, a promising young fighter who's the future, to go up in there with a guy like Terence Crawford right now. I think that's a bad idea. But we'll see if he presses for that fight. All right, let's see. Let me see what hold on, let's see what the big fish been doing. The big fish. Oh, speaking of this Terence Crawford stuff, I seen Jamil Herring. I can't even find him on Twitter no more, but I saw it. I should have screenshotted it. But he mentioned something about I guess fans or somebody put some words in his mouth pertaining to Terence Crawford and his Bob Arum. He said, "Look, I love Bud. That's my brother, but don't say this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah." Something to that effect. These guys do not want to get involved with this thing with Terence Crawford and Bob Arum at all. Timothy Bradley, what did he come out and say? Right? What did he come out and say? See, Big Fish don't got nothing new, man. Like Big Fish. He ain't got nothing, man. Where you at, man? Look at that, man. This was a long time ago, bro. This shit should be all the way at the bottom, bro. Come on, Big Fish. You supposed to be promoting the Ugas fight. Man, this is boring. Let's see what Ugas has been. Look at 2 new posts. Look at that, man. Salute to Ugas. Yeah, Ugas promoting the fight with his OG, right? Came from nothing. He's the other American dream, like Edislandi Lara. And the only guy that's supporting Terence Crawford, too, man. Everybody else is scared to say something. Even the PBC guys. What happened to Keith Thurman, Bob Arum, and all that? What happened to all that? I know Bud has gone dark since that little thing. Yep. We probably won't hear nothing from Crawford. For a little minute. But yeah, boxers, there's no real unity, no real like nothing, man. There's never gonna be any type of union or anything in boxing. Why? Because motherfuckers can't stick together and shit. Even if you're in the disagreements, like certain things, you just got to get in line with each other. Motherfuckers don't know how to do that. They don't. Like with Wilder, nobody really stood behind Wilder. Nobody stood behind him like that, man. Whether he was right or wrong, the motherfuckers didn't stand behind him. But guess what? If this was like a Canelo Alvarez, guess what? All the Mexicans go to be standing behind him. Oscar Valdez, guess what? All the Mexicans go stand with him. Man, come on, dude. Don't even get me started because now I'm getting riled up and shit. But I'm not surprised, though. I'm not surprised. I wonder if they found whoever took their stuff, broke in their store. Somebody broke into Jose Benavidez's senior store. I wonder if they found whoever did it. Wait, what's this? Okay, I thought they caught the guy or something. They probably not really sweating it, though. They probably had insurance and shit. What you mean Detroit raised me? What you mean you good on fighting boots? Because I think Boots is in a good position, man. Like seriously, he could literally just waited this thing out. Crawford and Spence are eventually and maybe even Ugas. I don't know if Ugas is gonna go up, but these guys are going up in weight soon. You know what I'm saying? They going up in weight soon. So Boots Ennis really he could just kind of wait. If Virgil get a shot, he could be the mandatory to fight Verge. You know what I'm saying? So he's really in a great position right now. He can really just sit down and just kind of wait because he's there now. You know what I'm saying? It's not a situation to where, oh man, I got to try to get in the top 10. No, he's right there. So hey, it do sound like Bud against the world, Hove. It do sound like that. Timothy Bradley, where to support that for these guys, man? Where to support that for Shakur? See, they got him taken care of right away with the Oscar Valdez fight. There's no real support out here in boxing like that, man. And not even among some of the fans either that claim to hate Bob Arum for all these years. See, Bob Arum got a page. He don't got no page. He be on here talking shit though. Let's see. Yeah, they love Bob though. These dudes act like they hated Bob, but they really love Bob. And they was loving when he was in the public trashing Terence Crawford. That's that girl that's always interviewing Mikey Garcia. If you wonder how she, that's her right there, the little chick in the middle, always interviewing Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Bob Arum fucked up. Point blank period. Bob Arum fucked up, man. Hey, you ain't lying to fool. He's so much being an outsider that he probably don't even care. You know what I'm saying? He probably don't even care. He probably expected to ride this thing solo dolo. He probably expected it. Oh yeah, speaking of Keith, man, I seen some of his workouts, man. He ain't doing shit, bro. This dude, man, I think Fight Hype had it. Keith Thurman, I don't want to play no clips and shit, but man, the shit that he was doing, bro. Nah, bro. If y'all seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Keith Thurman, man, I expect him to get through this fight with Barrios, but I don't expect him to. Man, he didn't look good, y'all. Like, where's that? No, this ain't it. See, Fight Hype had the clip of him doing his workout, and he was doing some like, it wasn't no intense shit. I'll tell you that. It wasn't no intense shit. He like he was training like. I can't even explain how I fucking want to say it. Those of you who've seen it, Keith Thurman, man, I don't want to play the clip on Fight Hype without their permission. Keith Thurman, man, he's doing these female-like workouts, okay? Or he's doing a regular workout, a regular person be doing this, trying to get back in shape. Like, he's not, like, doing that, just that intense shit you'll see a boxer doing. And then he's still doing these workouts. Like, bro, you should be a man, Keith. He's either A, he's in here just for a check. You know what I'm saying? Or B, I don't know what he's doing. He don't look like he's a fight ready to me at all. He don't look like he don't like fight ready. He don't. Keith Thurman don't look fight ready at all. Salute to Picasso for the super chat. He said, salute Cheeto. I think these other promoters will be less inclined to work with Bud after this loss. So yeah, absolutely, man. Hold up, could you see that on the screen? Yeah, yeah, they're not gonna be willing to work with Bud like that, bro. And they hope this thing hurt and pass over. Hit that like button for your boy. Yeah, I don't. That's right, AJ. Keith Thurman lacks the real commitment. He's talking a really big game, though. He's talking a really, really good game. It sounds so good when he be talking that shit, but we don't really believe it. We got to see it. I don't think he looks good, man. He said he needs to work with Blu-ray. He probably do. The shit that he was doing, come on, bro. He's doing a little kettlebell workout. That was just the end of it. You should have saw the shit he was doing before. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I mean, I'm not no strength and conditioning coach and shit, but man, I know what fighters do, and you're not really doing this type of shit when you like the shit that he was doing like this. I don't know what this dude doing, man. He's really getting back, man. He's been bullshitting for a while. He's been faking the funk. That's what happened. That's what's been happening. He's been bullshitting. Yeah, see. Oh, another thing. Speaking of Errol Spence, he's not out of the hot water with your boy Bushido just because this whole Bob Arum thing happened. He's definitely not out of the hot water. He's still out here. He's still ducking smoke. Let's get that. Let's make that clear, man. Hey, I think Frank Martin's dope. Detroit raised me. I think he's dope, man. He got a lot of promise. The lightweight division is looking really, really nice. Frank Martin got a lot of promise. But yeah, Spence ain't out of the water yet. We still ain't forgot what he did. We ain't forgot that he was ducking Bud. You said you think Thurman's going to make the big fights just to cash out and retire? Probably, dude. But he has to at least look good against Barrios in order for that to happen. So he got to fake it against Barrios and get that done somehow. Barrios don't got shit to lose. He didn't go out. He ain't expected to go out there and look good or anything. He can just go out there to make Keith look bad, which he's capable of doing. I'm sorry, man. Keith Thurman just don't look like he got it no more. He don't. Even when you watch his clips when he was hitting the he don't look good, man. He said he in the water, he the big fish, man. Where Errol Spence at, man? Hey, he is looking like he in shape though. Hold up, let me get the picture. He looking like he in shape though. Yeah, he looking like he's in some pretty good shape. Here you go. The big fish. Man, he don't give y'all enough, man. For y'all Spence fans, Errol Spence don't give y'all enough, man. For him to have such a strong, good fan base, he don't give y'all enough, man. He don't go on social media and talk to y'all. He don't give y'all nothing to hoop and holler about. He don't do nothing, man. He's boring as hell, man. But he look like he in shape though. He look like he in shape. We gotta see if he makes it to the camp. I mean, makes it through camp. I mean, shit, the fight got to be announced still too. But he ain't out of the hot water just yet. Because this situation is the perfect scenario for them to stall it out even long. That's all it is. Now, Spence himself, like I said, for months, for years, he himself could make this whole thing with Crawford happen. Fuck what you, Tim Smith, and all you dudes talking about. We gonna make this fight happen. We gonna make it work. The fans go support us. You know what I'm saying? And we go get this shit done. But nah, he don't want to do it. He want to hide behind the politics. Okay, so we go sit here and listen to this politics shit for the next few months. Hopefully you get past Ugis. Hopefully your pay-per-view don't flop. Because boxing fans are pretty upset. The excessive pay-per-views and things of that nature. So hopefully everything goes well for him too. Because it seemed like both Crawford and Spence be having their ups and downs, and we be witnessing it. So hopefully in 2022, Crawford already has a down already. The year just started. So hopefully things start to go up and they stay up for both guys, right? So we can potentially see this fucking fight. But he is looking like he in shape. He's getting prepared for Ugis. And actually, I seen the clip from one of his sparring partners. He said his arrow was looking good. He said he was hitting him hard. You know what I'm saying? Really trying to work his body. So that's just what I heard. But I still feel a lot of them PBC dudes be on get back mode all the fucking time, bro. They're always on some type of get back mode. this was a little while back. He lost that weight, as you can see. This photo here is more recent. But they always on get back mode and shit, man. Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying? The last time, like, bro, is this the last time you gonna be talking about you getting back and shit, bro? Is this the last time we gonna be coming up with a new nickname for you? Like, yeah, Charlo Castano, I don't think that's officially announced yet. There's quite a few fights that's not officially been announced yet. Yeah, Spencer's kind of boring, man. Right? He's kind of boring. Like, he's kind of boring. Like I said, he got a good fan base. They real loyal. Unlike Bud fans who hopped off that wagon real quick. Once they saw how black he was, they hopped off that wagon quick. But Spence got a loyal fan base, but he don't get them none. He don't give them sound bites. He don't give them, yeah, I'm gonna come and I'm the big fish and I'm gonna run this shit. He don't do none of that. He the Pootie Tang of boxing. He come out and say little one-liners and his fans will go wild, they'll go viral type shit. But now he don't even want to do that. He's boring, man. At least Bud come out and do something. You gotta let the people know you still alive, dude. And I think that's another problem with them dudes, man. They get that bag and they disappear. The Bronze Bomber. Where you at, Wilder? And y'all know Wilder's my guy. That's my favorite boxer. But he disappears. He disappears. I mean, he said he a homebody. He don't really get into all that stuff. But shit, man, give the people something. You gotta get the people something. I know the people is assholes and shit, but you got fans too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see these dudes, man. And then next thing you know, the fight is on pay-per-view. Post-training clips or something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do something to, you know. But Spence benefits from being from Texas, and he just got a really good, strong, loyal fan base. So he really ain't got to do shit. His fans go show up regardless. Other guys, man, they'll forget about your motherfucking ass, dude. Like Keith Thurman. He still got some fans out here, but it's not like it was. It's not like it was for Keith, man. So let me ask you guys this. What should Crawford do next? What's the next move for Terence Crawford? Let me ask you guys that. Leave it in the comment section and in chat. What should Crawford do next? What would you do if you was Terence Crawford? Would you even have sued Bob Arum? Leave a question. Leave it short as possible. Short answer in the comment section. He said PBC is broke though. Bud can't let MTK, but say MTK got money for his fights too. Yeah, they do. MTK Global do got money camping in his network. That's probably why he was over there dealing with them. And that's why you alleged that you hearing these rumors. Siribu says Bud is doing right for his career. Mini Mike says Crawford is in a damn if you do, damn if you don't. Yeah. Yeah, ain't it? Right. Both of you guys are right. Yep. He says, here to there says Bud to be ringside at Charlo versus Castano, get the 154 undisputed. Yeah, man. He said, leave Boots alone. That's not smart. He too hungry. Hey, I don't disagree with that. I really don't. But if challenged, Crawford go bite on that shit, man. That's Crawford's weakness right there. Is his fucking courage, I guess, right? His confidence, his self-belief can also bite him in the ass sometimes, it feels like. I don't know. Wait, I'm trying to keep up with these comments now. J-Rod says, Bushido, I think he should wait in Spence and wait for Spence. And if Spence avoids again, move to 154. Yep. Kush the Greatest says, enforce that Mando. AJ says, Bud needs to sign with Floyd. Yeah. We go talk about that. We go come back to that one, AJ. Because that's a good one. Sue Bob and wait for a winner is Spence and Ugas. Yep, that's one of the likely scenarios. Bud should move up. Yep. WJ Lucky says Bud still has about 12 fights before he even ties Floyd. And Floyd says he doesn't mind his record's broken as long as he's involved with solidify his career. I mean, man, what options do Crawford have at this point? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like Floyd or bust. Floyd's the only guy that the bridge with Bob is burnt. It's over with. Bob was the only guy talking about, yeah, I work with him. Bud essentially burnt that bridge. So who you got? Jay Lee, the chosen one, says boots or wait on Thurman and clean him out. Yeah, that's all these are good answers, you guys. He says Bud told y'all he was going to be the puppet master since there's so many puppets out here. Man, ain't it? Maybe is that what he was talking about? You know, these guys really subliminal. He said just move up and sign with Floyd. Yep. Sign with Floyd. But what about the rumors that PBC is broke? Now there's a narrative that Terence Crawford there's a narrative now that Terence Crawford possibly won't be able to bring PBC money. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of shit that comes with it. But let's be honest, Floyd Mayweather himself could make up whatever PBC lost by one fight himself. That's why he's still probably doing this shit. Let's be honest. Whatever PBC lost or whatever they need to make up, Floyd can do it in one night. And that's probably why he's still doing this shit. I mean, really, for the people that's against Crawford dealing with Floyd Mayweather, I mean, what other options do he have right now? Floyd wouldn't be able to move Crawford like he did with Tank. He just won't be able to do that with Crawford. He won't. Salute to J-Rod for the super chat. My sound thing ain't working. He says TMT and PBC are together, so Bud has to be careful. At 154, Bud has more of a chance to sway PBC into liking and considering him as a cash cow. Yeah. You're right. Because 154 doesn't really have anybody notable in that division. At 147, well, they have Errol Spence. That makes a lot of sense. Him come to them and say, you know what, I'll go to 154. You know, that makes sense, bro. Because they're not going to want to really fuck up Spence. You could tell. Let's just look at it. Let's take away our fan, how we feel about the fight and shit like that. Let's look at the business. They're not going to want to fuck up they're not going to want to fuck up Errol Spence. They're not. If you look at it from a business standpoint, why would you want to ruin Errol Spence right now? And this is me just looking at it from being objective, looking at it from a business standpoint. Why would you want to ruin Errol Spence now, put him in there with Terence Crawford, when Terence Crawford could potentially go up to 154 and be the cash cow for PBC there? Then you have two cash cows, two divisions. However, Errol Spence is at the breaking point at 147. He's don't have too many fights left. So realistically, they're gonna likely have to see each other. Period. Unless PBC does a good job of keeping Spence away from him. But if Crawford signs with Floyd, I think that fight would. I think that'll give me more hope that fight will happen. That give me more. I'll be more optimistic that it'll likely happen if he signs with Floyd, because it'll be a big in-house thing, you know. And Floyd Mayweather himself is a draw. It's just that boxing fans, you know, wasn't feeling that Tank situation. Not to mention football, the holiday season. all types of shit. You trying to combat with Tank Davis flopped majorly. So you put on Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence, people go buy that shit. Box fans feel disrespected that Tim Smith came out and said that we not gonna buy that fight. Yes, we will, dude. Just because we're not buying Tank Davis, Isaac Cruz, and Charles Martin, Luis Ortiz, and then whatever else you put on all these showcase fights on pay-per-view, just because we're not buying those, don't mean we ain't gonna buy the fight that we really want to see. So that gives me the energy that they don't really want to even deal with Terence Crawford. And this is just a perfect situation for them not to. Here to there says, I think PBC knows how bad of a shape Errol's in physically. We know that he wants Boost to sign with them. They would probably feed Errol to Boost if he will sign with them long term. Yeah. Man, I don't know if I really see them getting rid of Errol Spence just so easily though, just because he's the big guy in Texas down there. You know what I'm saying? He's the draw in Texas, Dallas, Dallas area and shit. He's the big draw down there. So I don't see them really sacrificing Spence just yet. Cannabis Network says MTK Global and free agency. That's gangster at MTK Global over there. Got a lot of influence on boxing. Yeah, but will Crawford be able to get the opportunities if he remains a free agent now at this point? You know what I'm saying? Will he get the fights? Because they'll use that to avoid him. You know what I'm saying? Will Bud even get those fights? Wait, let me see. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm looking for that. Yeah, I don't want to do it any other way. Yeah. Oh yeah. Shit, dude. You know what? Here to there. I gotta watch that again. Somebody else brought that fight up, and they're like, "Yeah, man, Danny looked like." Because I only watched it once, and that was when it happened. And me personally, I felt that Errol looked it okay, considering everything he was been through, the layoff and everything. But a lot of people say he looked like shit. And I was listening to Carcino. I think Carcino said it yesterday that from the 6th round on or something, he just looked like shit. Errol didn't look good at all. So I'm gonna go back and watch that. But now that you say here that he turned his back on Danny in the 12th round, I'm gonna look into that too, man. I'm telling you, he got an injury, man. He may be gun shy, man. He may be a gun shy fighter now, man. All this shit is a possibility. We can't expect Errol Spence to go up in there like he's a Wolverine and just bulldog through some shit. Nah, man, it's a human being here. And it's gonna be probably some doubt if you know. Cannabis Network says y'all gotta ask yourselves a question. Why haven't Boots or Bud signed with PBC? They're broke. Hey man, hey, that's the words on the street. He said that was the end of the fight. See, I only watched it once, so I got to go watch it again. Errol himself said he wasn't 100%. Yeah, he was like 70%, he said. Still handled Danny pretty easily. Like I said, people, my only beef with Spence, I like Spence. He seemed like a cool dude and shit like that. But when it comes to Terence Crawford, and just right now, he's just moving differently from how he was. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate the guy. I don't want to wish him, evil intent on him or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious, but the energy change is just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? You got to see this dude, man. Yeah, I mean, Errol probably wasn't 100%, y'all. He probably wasn't. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting through it. He's fighting through it. I think Ugas is a risky fight. I don't think that fight. I think that's a stupid fight, man. Y'all could have saved him for last. Me personally, that could have Ugas Spence could have waited for last, or Ugas Crawford or whoever else win this fight. The Crawford Spence fight should have happened now. You got to strike one out. You got to fight twice. Throw a rematch clause in that zone, and we get this show on the road. But nah, they all want to make it stretch even longer. Now you may get beat up by Ugas. Because Ugas is a live dog, man. He's a live dog. He fights with his heart on his sleeve, too. He fights with a lot of heart. That's right, Detroit raised me. If he wants the belt, he got to see Bud. So we got to just wait and see. I know we get impatient. I know we tend to get upset because we've been waiting for so long. We really, as box fans, want to hear some good news, but we don't be hearing shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't be getting no good news, no nothing. Just regular news of some decent fights. I mean, come on, man. Are we gonna get Kambo and Dev? Like, are we gonna get that? Could we at least get that? Could we at least get George Kambo and Dev? Nah, I don't know if we go get that, y'all. Salute to Daryl Hickenbottom for the super chat. See my sound thing anyway. He says Boost beat nobody to earn a fight with Butter Spence. Yeah, man, a lot of people feel that way, man. You know what I'm saying? But if he becomes a mandatory, he has to see one of these guys. You know what I'm saying? That's just it's gonna be his turn. Also go subscribe to Bushido Boxing on Instagram. I don't be on there as much as I used to because I just be so busy doing other things, but I try to keep up with the IG stuff. Got some shit on here, clips and stuff. IG is not as strict as other platforms as far as using clips, but I haven't really been on there too much because I be on here with y'all. But yeah, he says, "How's Spence ducking when?" Oh, he's still ducking, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's still ducking. He ducking, but it's just become it's normal now. It's not a surprise. He ducking. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see if he gonna step up though. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see. Because I still think that Bob Arum thing is a perfect excuse. It's the perfect excuse too. It is. Bob Arum fucked up. He's not getting out of this shit. But Errol Spence also could have just made this fight happen, man. Yeah, I don't think it really needed to be all this. If you really such a draw, if you really got the juice, then it shouldn't really matter. You better go fight Ugas. What is he pulling? You know what I'm saying? What is he pulling? No disrespect to Ugas. I'm a fan, but what is he pulling? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Crawford's a tough fight. Real tough fight. And they know it. That's all it is. Spence was ducking. We go call a spade a spade. Yeah, this Bob Arum thing is kind of like a perfect cover up and shit like that. But we all know what really happened, man. Dude just really didn't want to fight Crawford. And I feel that if he wanted to fight Crawford, this fight would have happened and we'd be talking about a trilogy or a rematch right now. It would never even been none of this. None of this. PBC going broke. They probably wouldn't even went broke if they made the Spencer Crawford fight already. Because guess what? Everybody will buy that fight. Shame on you if you were streaming. But they don't believe in these fighters like that. They don't believe in the black dollar like that. You know, stupid shit. It's a tough fight, Dragon Leg. It's a tough fight. They want to, and so the perfect excuse to not deal with that guy is say, well, your numbers ain't really adding up, and you know we gonna give you 20%. And they know Crawford ain't going for no 20%. Bob Arum didn't help. his case because it's gonna make it really, really hard for him. It's almost like getting a bad what's the word when you leave a job and you want on your resume, right? Like you got like a reference, like a bad reference or something from an old job. That's pretty much what he did. That's pretty much what he did. Like if you got a bad reference from a job, you fucked up at a job and you just had to use him as a reference. I don't know why would you, but that's pretty much what Bob did. A bad reference, yep. And he fucked up Crawford moving forward. So now these other guys could say, oh, you know, we not gonna give you this, we don't got that for you. Well, you know, your numbers over here didn't do that great. Not looking at the fact that nobody else's numbers did great. So basically, it looked like they could possibly be trying to force him to sign. That could be the play, forcing him to sign. But where's the support for Terence Crawford? Nowhere. Nobody saying nothing. Nobody's saying nothing. See, Ugas said something, but maybe Ugas just don't know no better. Maybe he don't get it. Just like him coming out to defend Spence. Remember he came out to defend Spence? Hey, man, stop talking about Spence. Remember that? He don't know no better. He don't really get it that black people in America ain't as unified as he think. It's not like that. So he don't know no better. He doing what he think he's supposed to do. Salute to Ugas, though. Humble guy. You know what I'm saying? Where the support at for Bud? There ain't no support, man. Terence Crawford is one of the best fighters. He's like the best fighter in America. Best boxer in America. Where's the support? Nowhere. Do right by the sport. Don't be doing no ignorant ass shit or nothing. Where's the support for Bud? He ain't like Floyd. So where's the support for Bud? Still don't got none. But guess what? Bushido Boxing riding with Crawford. All day. There's not even no question. You already know where I stand. I'm riding with Terence Crawford. So that's just what it is. He said Spence supported Bud after the Porter fight. Where's Spence at now, though? I mean, it's not Spence's place to really say nothing. What Spence go say? Well, I told you. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna say? I told you. He said Ugas is just happy to be here. I hope he's not, Darius Ewing. Ugas seems to be happy to be in his position, period. He seems happy to be in a position. He seems happy with life. That dude probably really came from the mud. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think them Cuban guys, man, they probably really come from the mud with nothing. So yeah, he's happy to be here, all right. But I think he's gonna come to win against Spence. I really do. I think Ugas gonna come to win that fight. This is a big moment for Cuban boxing. Cubans don't never get these opportunities like that. So, but first we got to see if that fight even gets made. It still hasn't got made yet. Official. Yeah, Yeah, man, he ran out the back, bro. Like he ran out the back to Spence Porter fight. I mean the Porter Crawford fight. He ran out the back. Like he didn't even he ain't trying to build. He ain't helping this situation, you guys. Like I can see if Errol Spence was out here trying to promote the fight, build up the fight, even talk about the fight. He don't even want to talk about it, man. It's us fans that's on here talking about that fight. It's Crawford and his people talking about that fight. It was Top Rank talking about it. ESPN. But they didn't really want to talk about it. You'll see PBC posting it and stuff. So, I mean, we got to wait and see what happens, yo. You know what I'm saying? Crawford only option now is really PBC, despite the stuff that they've been saying, despite them playing hardball with him. He may have to just bite that fucking bullet. Crawford is a very stubborn guy. And if y'all, he's very proud. A very proud guy. He ain't gonna want to submit to nothing. I can see that already. I don't even got to know him personally to see that. He ain't gonna want to bow down to that shit, but he may have to bite the bullet with PBC. But the best way to do that is to Probably just deal with Floyd, man. As controversial as that sounds. I mean, let's look at it. His fan base already been exposed. A lot of the people that was true Crawford fans are still here. Others was undercover Bob Arum fans or whatever the case may be, right? Some guys hopped on the Terence Crawford wagon because they see he's really, So his fan base has changed and shit. What's up, Jay Cooley? I see you in the building, Hayden. He says it's Errol's fault, even though Errol taking Bob to court. I mean, Errol could have made the fight, bro. He could have made the fight. It didn't really have to be none of this. He don't even want to talk about it. It's not like this fight has really been built up outside of us fans and shit, and some of the media people. He don't even talk about it, man, unless asked. Like, that's something that he should have been really been talking about, really been promoting. That's how you promote. You're supposed to be your own promoter. That's how you promote. You should have been talking about that fight. And now y'all don't believe in these dudes now, all of a sudden. Oh, well, the fans is going to steal the fight and, they're going to blame the pay-per-view. Jay Cooley says, blame Errol for Bud's F-ups. I mean, nobody's blaming Errol. I mean, he could have fought dude, though. You know what I'm saying? Do you want the fight? Do Errol want the fight? I don't think so. Errol Spence should be pretty upset if Crawford gets in a situation to where he won't be able to get that fight. What other big paydays Errol Spence got? What other big fights? What other big fights Errol Spence got right now, bro? Canelo ain't about to come deal with him. So what other fights he got? He got to really see Crawford anyway. If he want to be undisputed. If he go up and do what and fight who? Brian Castano? If Charlo ends up moving up, which is likely the case, nah, bro. What Spence go do? Brian Castano's not a payday. That's a huge risk. That dude to beat the shit out of him. He already did in the amateurs. Bud made a couple of bad decisions. Signing with Bob was one of them. But if you listen to the lawsuit, it explained why he signed and how he signed and shit. It kind of explains that. Really, it was a loyalty and a promise type of thing. Some niggas don't know nothing about loyalty. Crawford's a loyal guy. And like his sister said, it bit him in the ass, and it did. Sometimes that happens when you loyal. And that's what happened to Bud. It just happened publicly. The loyal guy. We got bit in the ass for it, for being loyal. Because Top Rank did put him in good positions. Let's be honest. They did. World champion, all types of shit. But it bit him in the ass. His loyalty bit him in the ass. That's what happened. A lot of people just don't know shit about loyalty and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But he did stick it to Bob in the end, though. Played that shit smooth. But I think all this shit stems from them possibly having some negotiations, maybe whether it was on the phone or whether they did whatever they did, and then Tim Smith coming out saying what he said, and then Crawford's like, "Oh man, these dudes really fucked me up, man. They sabotaged my pay-per-views." You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that happened. And he was getting higher guarantee. They was offering Crawford shit that he really simply couldn't turn down to keep him over there at Top Rank here and there. He was getting high guarantee, but they breached contract because they didn't. He's supposed to have 2 fights that year. He fought Mean Machine. He only had 1 fight, and they was promising him that Spence was around the corner and that he was going to get the Manny Pacquiao. But they couldn't make Spence fight. What was Spence looking for? Was it a certain number that he was looking for? I mean, they probably couldn't even get Spence to even deal with Top Rank at all. Because that was the narrative. Oh, well, he's with Bob. He's with Bob. Okay, now he's not with Bob, and they all still don't want to fight. So it's like, okay, it was really good. Oh, well, you was with Bob, and he fucked up your numbers and your shit like that. So now, we're not going to deal with you. What? Come on, man. It's a big game. So Crawford going after Bob. He's I'm about to go whoop on Bob now. Yep. Politics. Yeah, Crawford got a lot of money from, dealing with Top Rank and shit, the ESPN. Guaranteed money. Yeah, they don't have no idea what loyalty means. A lot of people just don't know what loyalty means. I get it. I see what they're saying too. Like, oh, you shouldn't resign. Yeah, I know he shouldn't resign. I know, we get it. Y'all, that was like 3 years ago now. Yeah, he shouldn't have resigned. I know, we get it. But there's a such thing as loyalty. Something a lot of motherfuckers don't know nothing about today. And sometimes it could bite you in the ass, man. That's just the reality. That's just real shit. That's just real life, man. On some regular ass shit, your loyalty could bite you in the ass. On some regular shit, not just some business shit in the public type shit. Like, your loyalty to something or someone could bite you in the ass. You know what I'm saying? They keep bringing up him resigning. I mean, shit. Okay, we know he resigned. Shit. Is that a reason for the fight not to happen though? Him resigning? Okay, but he's not signed now. What's up? Oh well, his numbers didn't do good, and it's not my job to show guys how to make a superstar. Come on, man. He said, tell Bob to call. He said, tell Bob to call Al. Man, tell Al to answer the phone. Just don't answer the phone. I mean, tell him to answer the phone, man. He says, I don't have a problem with black fighter summit. Just don't go to Golden Boy. Facts. Just don't go to Golden Boy. Because you'll be sitting out here like Rashidi. Speaking of Rashidi, he's looking to come back in March. So Speedy Rashidi been sitting out, man. Golden Boy, man. Come on. Hey, Kamboso, that shit funny as hell. I seen dudes saying Kamboso, Scambosos. Yeah. Y'all dudes be coming up with some crazy names. He said Kamboso. Then I think who else? Was it Scambosos? Oh man, that shit's funny. That's right, J Rod. He said Al has Bob number blocked. Yeah, man. Look, if they were strapped for cash on making that fight, how come they just didn't do it together, man? Put the money up and make the fight. You know what I'm saying? Boxing, I mean, to some degree, boxing, they gonna have to work together. See, Bob Arum was kind of used to doing that back in the day with Don King and shit. And, he'll work with another promoter, but Al Heyman, you hardly see it. You don't really see it too much. He'll rather send a guy over. The Wilder Fury was a special occasion, but they don't typically do that, man. Yeah, I think Keith Thurman his new name is Last Time. So hopefully it's the last time. Hey, Bob was protecting Valdez, but it's a cause and effect, man. AJ is a cause and effect. Bob getting this shit together. He gave Valdez whatever he wanted for that tough ass fight. And he made it work. You know what I'm saying? And it could be because of this racial bias situation. And like I said, I got the whole video of a lot of the case right now, and they laid it all out on Bob Arum, man. Even shit from back in the day, he said. Yeah. So Shakur Stevenson getting what he won, they gonna keep Shakur happy. I wonder how that's going to affect the because I can't even find Jamil Herring's Twitter no more. And he did leave a tweet saying something about I love Bud, that's my brother, but don't mix me with this or something to that effect. Don't quote me on it. He said something like that. Like I guess fans were putting his words something, right? Putting him into it. And he don't want no part of it. A lot of these guys don't even want to say nothing. Don't want to support it. Don't want to say nothing. Hey, Shakur is beating Valdez. We all know it. We all know it. Shakur is going to walk him down and beat him up. He said Dragon Leg, when PBC cross the street, they lose. Yeah, that's what it be looking like. They be losing when they cross the street and shit, man. They don't be wanting to, man, I don't know. And I like the PBC, but let's be honest, man. They fighters over there, they tend to, especially the guys that we still talking about, the top guys, not these new fresh guys, but the guys that we've been talking about, Danny, Porter, all those dudes, man, they hunger seems to wane. It seems to just kind of fade away. Keith Thurman, we haven't seen him. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Oscar Sweet T Valdez. Yeah, you got the nicknames, Mini Mike. Oscar Sweet T Valdez. Yeah. I mean, shit. But we got some shit to look forward to, some things that's manifesting in a sport. The Cambo, Devin Haney situation. Then we got Lomachenko lingering in the shadows. Will Gary Russell Jr. successfully get past this dude, Magsayo? I don't know, man. The dude looked at mean. You know what I'm saying? The dude looked at fucking mean. He was beating the shit out of this guy all through across the ring. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he looked big. He looked strong. He looked pretty quick. He was relentless. So we go see, man. I think that's gonna be a tough fight for Gary. We go see though. Shakur Stevenson, Valdez. Still waiting on the official word, but we expect it to happen. Why? Because Bob Arum has to make it happen. Right? Jaron Ennis, #2 in the WBO. Jaron Ennis really don't got to do nothing but sit back and wait for his turn. Now, he don't want to sit and wait too long because he don't want to have trouble making the weight because he is a big welterweight, as we seen earlier. He is not a skinny guy by any means. Right? And then there's Terence Crawford. Where's the support for Bud Crawford? Right? For all these people for over the years that hated Bob Arum, and Bob Arum is raised. Where's this support for Terence Crawford right now? You don't see it nowhere. Only guy that came out, only fighter that I've seen, leave in the comment section if you see anybody else, but the only fighter that I've seen that came out and spoke on it and said they support Terence Crawford is Eudenis Ugas. Right? No support at all. You don't support the guys like Adrian Broner. You don't support the guys like the Bronze Bomber. You don't support the guys like Floyd Mayweather. You don't even support guys like Terence Crawford. We got to do fucking better, people. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.